Hi everyone, I'm Renee and welcome to my channel. Today I have a much requested video. I'm going to share with you my recipe for American Style Buttercream. I've scaled this recipe so that one batch uses a full 2-pound bag of powdered sugar, which is a common way for it to be sold here in the United States. To my mixing bowl, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of high ratio shortening, as well as 2.5 sticks of softened unsalted butter. I will have all of the ingredients listed along with metric measurements down in the description box below. Using the paddle attachment for my mixer, I'm going to mix these on low speed for about 4 or 5 minutes until they are perfectly smooth. As you can see, my butter and shortening are well combined and perfectly smooth, so I can stop my mixer and scrape down the bowl, and then I'll begin adding the remainder of the ingredients. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. You can use clear vanilla or pure vanilla extract. I used a combination of the two. And then I'm also going to add 3 tablespoons of meringue powder and also half of my sifted powdered sugar. I'm using a 2-pound bag, which is about 7.5 cups. Adding half at a time is going to allow this to nice and evenly mix into the butter and shortening so we have a nice, smooth, and creamy buttercream. Give the mixer a couple of pulses to start so you don't have a big cloud of powdered sugar, and then let this mix on low just until all of that powdered sugar is incorporated. That just took a few minutes, and then you can see that the mixture is thickened up and you don't see any dry powdered sugar anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the powdered sugar. And again, mix this on low speed until all of that powdered sugar is mixed in. As you can see, the powdered sugar has all been mixed in, but this mixture is very dry and crumbly, so we need to add a little bit of liquid to smooth it out. I'm using milk, and you can add between 1 and 3 tablespoons depending on your climate and the consistency you want. I'm adding 3 tablespoons because I know after making this many times that is the right amount for me in my climate. If this is the first time you're making it, I would add 1 tablespoon at a time and mix in between so you can gauge how soft it's getting. Then just let the mixer go on low speed for about 5 to 7 minutes. You'll know it's done when it's nice and smooth. It will lighten in color and slightly increase in volume. And you're all set. That's the recipe. This recipe is nice and smooth and creamy. It doesn't have that grittiness that a lot of American style buttercreams have because I've cut down on the ratio of powdered sugar to fat, and I think it gives a much creamier and slightly less sweet texture. In anticipation of some questions I know I would get, I'm going to try to answer them. So this is a crusting buttercream, and you can use the Vivia paper towel method for smoothing. It works under fondant and for stacking cakes, and it's fairly stable because it's half butter, half shortening, but because it is half butter, I wouldn't use it in extremely high heat and high humidity settings. This buttercream recipe works quite nicely for buttercream flours. You just want to make sure you have a nice stiff consistency. So when you're adding your milk, err on the side of adding less liquid. You really just want to make sure that you've added enough just so that it can smooth out, but not be too soft. This recipe also works really well with the Russian piping tips that are extremely popular. I don't really decorate with American style buttercream all that often, but I do think it's the best kind of buttercream to use with these tips. And it's probably also the videos that I've done with those tips are probably the ones that I get asked most often for an American style buttercream video. And that's it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And I hope you give this recipe a try. If you do, leave me a comment below and let me know what you think of it. Also, leave any questions and I will do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos. And if you like this video, you might want to check out my Swiss Meringue Buttercream recipe, which is my go-to buttercream. Or you might also like my vanilla cake recipe.